What up, everyone? It's your boy Zebru coming back at you with another video. Now, Raphael, I'm loving him so far. I did a previous video of this, and I don't think I even picked the blessing. We did go with a Raphael blessing, but today I want to talk about things that I have learned with playing with other champions in the game, right? And just kind of showcase a couple things to think about if you pair him with some of these champions are meta, right? So let's get into it. And yes, we took Lightning Cage. We'll talk about that too here in a moment.
Real quick, click the link in my description to get a free Karato as well as Annex, Ugo, and Mausoleum Mage as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Player and Play on a PC and uninstall. Click the link in my description and register with a brand new email. Launch raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champion. Get an awesome start in Raid Shadow Legends with your free Karate Fox Hunter as well as 3 epic champions. Hit the link below and claim them today. I'll see you in the game. Woo!
Okay, so Lightning Cage, 5-star blessing. Of course, everybody knows what it does, but in case you don't, it is a 75% chance to protect a random buff from being stolen, removed, or transferred, plus giving the resistance and the accuracy. Really, for him, we really care about the 4-star to get the extra crit damage on him. The reason for that is on this A3, he does Perfect Veil and Unkillable on himself, as well as the Berserk. Now, that's important to note, just so everyone's aware, but the Lightning Cage will basically protect these buffs from getting stripped or stolen. And of course, with his passive, he has a 20% chance of granting an extra turn when attacking under the Berserk debuff, and then places the Berserk debuff on the champion for 1 turn when any champion dies. Now, I just want to also show his stats. So we did go with the 6-piece Merciless set, just so y'all can see that. We use some other pieces in here. Technically, we don't need the Slayer, but it's in there. And then finally, these are the final stats. And again, I don't think I put the blessing on it before, but we got the Relic, which the Relic, we took the Gore Crescent. I guess we should show that off as well. And then we have, this is what we kind of did, where it deals 5% more damage ×2 against champions or heroes with full life. So he can lay the smackdown extra on that. And of course, his next hit after getting a kill will do even more damage, right? Those are the stats again. And of course, if you want to see his masteries, those are the masteries, right? So Helm Smasher, of course, coming hard, and of course the 2 counterattack ones in case you wanted to see how I have him built. But there it is, almost 8,000 attack, 200 speed, which is slow, but he has ways to get going with the counterattack and the other turtles and things like that. 358 on the crit damage, and then 324. And of course, we do also rock the attack boots here, attack chest, which honestly I need to re-roll these, but they are where they are, in crit damage gloves, in case anybody want to see those as well. We got some speed going on here, crit damage, double crit damage on that, and then of course attack on the ring. But just wanted to kind of just show those off, just so you can kind of see that as well. And that's why he's so slow, is because we have the attack boots. We are bringing a little bit of extra speed, at least to get it to 200. This day and age, late game, that's very slow, but we'll get there. And just finally, in case anybody has been living or is new to the game, I was gonna say living in the woods, but that doesn't really apply here. But if you're new to the game, what Berserk does is this increases the damage inflicted and the damage received by 50%. But this is treated as a debuff. So when this debuff first came in the game, it kind of got given to like Odin and some other champions like that as more as like a debuff. So hey, like I'm gonna put this on you and then I'm gonna hit you right afterwards and do an extra 50% damage, right? Essentially is how that works. And it can be treated that way. However, it's now being used more of a proactive debuff to make Raphael do more damage, right? So he's going to be inflicting more damage. And then of course, again, going back to that passive, he has a 20% chance of granting an extra turn. When I first used him in that first video, he got like 3 turns in a row, which is absolutely insane. Let me show off that team real fast, and then we're going to talk about some of the other things. Because it is a debuff and it's not protected, we need to talk about that as well. So just going to pick some rando team here. Ooh, and we got El Nino there. We might lose this fight, but let's see. So this is the team that I was showcasing, and I really like this team just because it's fun and you get to kind of like activate Raphael's passive. So, and you'll see what I mean here. So hopefully we get to go first. That is the key we do. So Arbiter is going to speed boost us. Now we have the attack out, which is going to of course make us do more damage. Now, what's cool about this, and again, I know I'm showing some stuff I showed last time, but Valkynin, if you don't know, his A3, he has a hidden skill, which is nasty. He can also block revive, but he can kill an enemy team on your, you kill a teammate, right? And of course, we pair this with Sun Wukong because Sun Wukong has his passive, which is after 3 turns, he gets to revive, right? What's cool is we do get to basically activate this Berserk skill, as you can see here. And of course, you do get the opportunity to go extra turns. Now, the A1 has a block revive, which is kind of cool. We can attack all enemies, ignore shield, block damage buffs if attacking while under Berserk, which is really nice. And or we have this one, which will give him perfect veil and unkillable. And again, we've talked about that with his blessing and protecting the buffs that he has on him, right? So we're going to do attack all. I think that'll kill through the nice. It did not kill through the nice, but that's okay. We might lose this fight. Although we are blocking his passive, no block debuffs up currently. If was that provoked? I don't even know what happened. So ignore everything that's going on, and Valkyrin should be able to get the smackdown, and he did, and get the kill. But we won the fight. That's all that matters. But my point is, you are activating the Berserk debuff, right? When running this team. Now, another team in Arena, and I'm going to show you some of the caveats that are going to happen. And I'll just go ahead and tell you the champions, right? Champions like Tuanarok and Doom Priest will basically strip the Berserk buff. And I did this on that same video as well, where, okay, we just smoked everybody. And I'm just gonna put this on auto and see what happens here. Hopefully Valkyrin will try to steal this, and he did, but it didn't pop, but he did enough damage to strip it off. Smack, 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 you're dead. Goodbye. Raphael murdered you, right? So that other team was this ally attack team with Phoenix, and who knows if I get to go first. We're going against the Arbiter, and we might get our stuff get put on cooldown by the Alice here. But this is another one. So we already talked about Tuanarok and Doom Priest. And for those of you who don't know those champions, they have a passive that basically cleanses a debuff from your team, right? So, and where this really happened, and I don't have the faction wars unlocked, but Raphael is a barbarian champion, and he did help me in my barbarians faction wars, which was fantastic. But also, one of the better supports in the game is Tuanarok, right? And so Tuanarok was cleansing every time Tuanarok took a turn. And of course, I have her, a lot faster than Raphael. As you saw, he's got a 200 speed, right? And so the Tuanarok is basically cleansing that Berserk if another teammate gets the kill and Tuanarok takes a turn before Raphael. So that kind of nerfs that piece into the ground. Now, on the flip side of the coin, right, you may want that. Maybe you're like, hey, I want my team to be survivable, especially in faction wars, because that content is so extra hard to deal with, right? And I don't need him extra squishy, which, by the way, if he gets hit in faction wars, he's going to die anyway, with or without Berserk. So you kind of probably want him to do the damage, right? But yeah, so champions like Doom Priest and Tuanarok, and again, Tuanarok, because they're both barbarians, that's where you're going to see that. So that's how I figured that out real quick, right? And then the same thing on, and I mentioned it at the start of this turn. And again, I mentioned it in the last video, right? So, but at the start of this champion's turn, remove all debuffs from an ally with the highest attack, right? And we already showcased his attack. It was almost 8,000, and I don't know what Phoenix's did. Now, what we could potentially do is get another champion in here, with higher attack than Raphael, and then that would potentially protect him, but kind of defeats the purpose of this team. Or I need to get Phoenix's stuff up really, really high. So, and Mariska, we're doing this too because she also has ally attack, right? So ally attack, boom, boom, boom. Although that was a weak hit over there, that's okay. And what's cool is we do get the attack up. Now, in this case, we do have the Berserk, and he is technically faster than our boy. But you know what? We're going to do this AoE attack and do some block buffs. That's cool. And then, this fight's basically over. I can just attack all allies and be done with it, which is what we'll do. And of course, 266 damage on that Alice there. We weak hit old dude, but it didn't matter because we had the Berserk up. So in that case, it worked out. So a couple more fights here just to play around with it. We're gonna fight our turtle team. By the way, turtle teams are absolutely disgusting, and we will be working on our Leo very soon. I know we have a champ training event that's going on right now, and I don't know if I necessarily want to do that right now. Right, meow. Too bad she just straight killed him. That's okay though. You know what? By the way, Leo is absolutely disgusting if you don't know. Let's see if we can remove these debuffs. Now, he does have lightning cage, so he's doing the same thing that my Raphael is doing. Yeah, and it protected his unkillable. So there you go. That just goes to show you, but we'll just double hit that, block him. Now we got the Berserk up. Now, can he kill through unkillable? I had to always read the stuff, right? Can he kill? He can. Shield and block damage debuffs. So he'll only do the block damage, just not the unkillable. So we'll just do this anyway and there. That just goes to show you what we can or cannot do at the time. Not much we can do here, but we did trigger the Berserk. Yeah, you know what would be really good for him is, I think what would be good for him. Jeez, just straight killed us. By the way, I'm gonna fight this fight again because I wanna fight this fight again. Because I think let's just target him. Let's target Donatello. Now he will protect himself. Yes, he did the thing and we weak hit. God, that hits so hard. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so turtles, don't fight the turtles with a janky team. That is the moral of the story today. No Raphael on this. Let's fight this Lamasu just to see kind of what this will do. And of course, they get to go first. We got the decrease attack out. Counterattacks ain't doing nothing. Let's actually cleanse this. By the way, Mauritia's cleanse right there would also cleanse off the Berserk. Good thing we get to go again. So we'll try to heal ourselves and let's try to take out Lamasu. Oh, no, we can't. We got a taunt. We got taunted over here. Block revive is out. Let's do this attack. Kill him. And now we are protected, sort of, kind of. And, yep. Let's see. We fought 3 turtles. What can we do? Let's see if we can remove. He does not have lightning cage. Let's see if we can remove the stone skin. We can. Keep in mind that 50% chance of not removing stone skin is only on the gear sets. So that's important to note as well. Boom. Hit you, you're dead. So that Leo is dead. And by the way, on that Leo, he did Soul Reap. And I will say he hit so hard anyway, I wouldn't necessarily do Soul Reap. So that is, I guess, how one of the ways I'll just close out this video is definitely the lightning cage protected and saved that team the first time. We went to go remove the unkillable, and that's what kept him alive. And I can just tell you right here with the Soul Reap on this Leonardo, it's what probably got him killed, right? Because we were able to strip that stone skin off and just lay the smackdown. So if you're building a Leo, go lightning cage. Again, same thing with Raphael as well. And then let's just do one more thing before we close this out. And so all I did was I went into my filters, and of course I showed both of my vaults, right? And I just went into positive effects here and selected remove debuffs, right? So these are all the champions in the game, and a lot of these are meta champions, right, that have some sort of form of remove debuffs. And again, Makagi's is her passive, right? So every time she takes a turn, if Raphael is the one with the highest attack, that'll happen. We already talked about Tuanarak and her passive as well. Remove one random debuff, remove 2 if they're under continuous heals, right? Lamasu can remove them. We already talked about Lady Mikagi. Don't forget, Donatello can also remove them as well. Right here on this A3, remove all debuffs from all allies. So even playing with Donatello, one of the turtles is trying to build the synergies around the turtle team, Donatello will remove that Berserk if you're not careful, right? And of course, then you got your Pythons and your Elvas, which puts the cleanse, right? It puts the cleanse and it puts the block debuffs out as well. So that is something to also be mindful of when you are pairing, this champion, with other champions, right? So cleanses, block debuffs, and then of course the passives that have it as well. Mikagi as well, remove all debuffs. Yeah. So just things to note with the Raphael, and he's an amazing champion. Hopefully you got him. Also, final note, I'm wearing my One Tribe here shirt. Just tomorrow at the time of this recording is Veterans Day. So One Tribe is a veterans charity that we have supported in the past. And then we did one the other night as well and donated. Our good friend Dana's Kitchen raided into us, and they were doing a charity event for basically military family house. It's basically Ronald McDonald House for families. And I'll post the link in my comments as well for that charity. But just show some love to the military vets, in the world, right? And yeah, that's all I got for you. So hopefully someone will find this helpful. And again, when you're pairing this champion, these are things that you don't necessarily think about. And if you're relying on that Berserk debuff, you want to make sure you get the most bang for your buck, and or you're planning your support champions around potentially using Raphael in the future, right? I'll let you next time. Uzir Brew out. Boo!